Hey, I'm Tiffany. How are you? Good to see you. Now, I'm going to teach you this 30-day challenge, this plan right here, but I need you to do something for me before we get into this lesson. You see, my goal is to help 1 billion students. That's right, 1 billion students just like you around the world learn how to speak English with confidence. That's my goal, and I want you to join me. I need your help. So I need you to do 3 things. First, I need you to like this video. Second, I need you to share this video. And third, I need you to subscribe. Here we go. Like, share, subscribe. Come on. I said like, share, subscribe. Last time, like, share, subscribe. I'm Teacher Tiffany. Let's jump right in. Step number 1, analyze your weaknesses and your strengths. Now, this is important because you need to understand your current situation and the things that are holding you back from speaking English fluently. That's right. As you're getting ready to start this 30-day English challenge, you need to first understand, wait a minute, what are your individual weaknesses and strengths? What are you already good at? And then what are you currently struggling with? Now, let me explain this a little bit more. You see, I have 1, enjoy learning. That is a really important strength to have. Number 2, English expressions. Maybe you have learned a lot of English expressions and now you are able to actually use those expressions in everyday conversations. Or maybe you know a lot of English slang. You know, a lot of you all follow me on Instagram, and on Instagram, I post videos almost every single day explaining unique and very useful English slang. So here we go. I'm going to put some hair right here, but you guys may actually watch those videos. So those can be your 3 strengths. Well, what about the weaknesses? Now, many of you have different weaknesses, but let's say, for example, one is comprehension. Maybe whenever you read books, or maybe when you're online and you're reading an article, you have trouble understanding what the words actually mean and even what the context is of the article or the book you're reading. Let's see, one of your weaknesses may be vocabulary. Now, I remember when I was studying vocabulary, we had vocabulary tests almost every single week. And vocabulary is very, very important, but it's also hard to learn vocabulary and to get it to go inside of your brain. So maybe your issue is vocabulary. Or maybe your other weakness is fluency. Maybe you have conversations with people. Let's give you a little body right here. But your conversations usually end with you not knowing what to say next. It's very hard and confusing to finish a conversation. Maybe your issue is pronunciation. Many of you all have told me that you really appreciate my pronunciation and you would like to sound like me or like a native English speaker. So maybe you want to focus on pronunciation. Or maybe your issue is listening. Listening is also quite difficult. So maybe when you hear certain things, you are not able to understand what people are saying. And what happens? You get confused. So you have your strengths on one side of your notebook and then your weaknesses on the other side. Step number 2, write all of your goals. Now, this is important because you need to recognize what is truly important to you and what you eventually want to achieve. It's so important to write your goals down. You basically don't want to go through the 30-day challenge blindly. No, you want to know exactly, wow, I can't see anymore. You want to know exactly where you're headed and what you are going to achieve. So let me explain this a little bit more. Goals for the next 30 days. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 goals specifically for the next 30 days. Now you'll notice right here that I have comprehension. It's a little bit small, but right here I wrote comprehension, which means maybe in order to improve my comprehension, I need to watch more English videos. Now, these videos can be on YouTube. If you like watching YouTube, you can find them on YouTube. Or maybe you want to watch some movies. Or maybe you even like watching TV dramas like Friends, or even This Is Us is a popular one in America. Now for number 2, we're focusing on vocabulary, again, because that was one of the weaknesses we listed. So you want to improve your English vocabulary. So that means you either have to look in a dictionary, or maybe you have to read more books in order to improve your English vocabulary. Or maybe even watch more Instagram videos. Remember I said I put videos on Instagram. Now this third one is improving, you got it, your fluency. So during, again, this 30-day period, we want to improve our fluency. So how do you do that? Maybe you'll watch some tips and tricks from a YouTube video, like the videos here on my channel. What else can you do? Maybe you'll find a book that specifically talks about fluency. And then for the fourth one, we're looking at improving your pronunciation. Now, when I was studying Korean, right? When I was studying Korean, I'll put a little Korean here for you. 한국어. All right. When I was studying Korean, I would watch lots of television, and I would also listen to lots of podcasts on my cell phone. And this actually helped me improve my pronunciation. So you can do the same thing. But again, I'm going to give you a plan for this 30-day period. And last, improve your listening. Now, listening skills are also very important. And this actually taps into what we said for number 4. Watching television programs or listening to podcasts can really help you with your listening skills and also your pronunciation skills. Step number 3. Break your goals down into small chunks. Now, this is important because it will help you feel more confident in your ability to achieve your goals. In other words, you won't feel overwhelmed. Now, as an English learner, think about it. There have been so many times where you've set goals, right? I want to learn 1,000 vocabulary words. Or maybe you said, I'm going to read this entire book and understand everything. But then along the way, you got a little bit discouraged or overwhelmed, right? It was only because you hadn't broken down your goals into smaller chunks. So let me explain this a little bit more. The 5 areas that we talked about earlier that were our weaknesses. So this 30-day plan right here covers each and every one of these weaknesses to make them a strength over the next 30 days. So let's start with comprehension, all right? So you'll see each day has a different thing assigned to it. Let me hold it a little closer so you can see it a little closer. You see this right here? All right, so each day has a specific task that you need to follow or complete. So let's see right here. I'll hold it up a little closer. I can hold it like this for you guys. All right, so comprehension. Let's see. Comprehension would be, watching an American culture video. This would definitely be comprehension. Then we have learn new words, idioms, fluency. Listen to an English podcast. That will also help with your fluency. So you'll notice that on these days right here, we are focused on comprehension. Now, let's move to the next one, which will be vocabulary. So again, this plan is going to help you in all 5 areas. So again, I'll hold it up close for you guys. You can see it? There you go. All right, so for vocabulary, we have right here, new words, new expressions, new idioms, and new phrasal verbs. Now, you may be asking, teacher, I thought we were just focusing on vocabulary words. Well, you have to remember that expressions, idioms, and phrasal verbs will also help you improve your vocabulary because they include many useful words, all right? So you'll notice that right here, all the way down on these days, you're going to be focused on vocabulary. So I'm going to mark these with the color that we used for vocabulary. Again, during this 30-day period, you're going to improve all of these things, and your weaknesses are going to become your strengths. Now, what about fluency? So fluency, we have a different color. Again, it's okay. I don't mind holding it up for you all. All right, so fluency right here, this color right here. Now, fluency, we have right here, study English fluency tips. So boom, right there highlighted. Boom, right there highlighted. So you see, over this 30-day period, we're always studying something related to our weaknesses and making our weaknesses our strengths. Now, here's what we're going to do now is we need to look at the pronunciation. This pronunciation right here, we have the green color. Now, pronunciation, actually, you can improve your pronunciation by listening and by watching. So, watching American culture videos, listening to English podcasts, watching American culture videos, and listening to English podcasts. All of these things will help you improve your pronunciation. And you'll also see something else when we're talking about improving your listening skills. Here we go. Watching an American culture video, listening to an English podcast, watching a culture video, and listening to an English podcast. So you see, on these days, you're really going to be making your weaknesses. 3 of your weaknesses are going to turn into your strengths. Now, I do want you to notice something that I haven't marked yet, right here. Now, I have to mark the ones right here on the bottom as well, the new words and new expressions. But on the left, you'll see that I have review and share. Now, this is actually going to help with your comprehension. That's right. You see, these are review days. Review days are so important. But when you review information, it actually helps you comprehend the information more. So these are also going to help you with your comprehension. All right. So we have all 5: comprehension, fluency, listening, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Everything in a 30-day period. This 30-day period right here, by following this plan, you can definitely achieve all of these goals. Step number 4, find a specific study time. Now, this is important because it will help you focus and not get distracted by other things. Let's be honest, you are busy. There's a lot going on in your life, and sometimes it's very hard to focus on English or focus on what you're doing. Now, the best way for you to focus and to really get the best benefits of this 30-day English challenge is to set aside a specific time, a time within your day that nothing else can interfere with you and your plans. So let me go into this a little bit more. And you see that I separated it out by morning, daytime, and evening. So let's say the morning is, I'm an early bird, so let's say 5 a.m. all the way to 12 p.m. 12 p.m. starting the daytime. Then 12 p.m. all the way to, let's say, 5 p.m. and then evening being 5 p.m. all the way to, maybe you go to bed at 11 p.m. What happens is you need to figure out during which period of the day are you going to set aside time to study during this 30-day challenge, this 30-day English challenge. Now, again, I mentioned that I am a morning person. So I actually would choose 5 a.m. So I can say, for me, I want to study during this 30-day challenge. I want to study at 5 a.m. Okay? And you can pick your time, but make sure you have your schedule. Step number 5, document your progress along the way. Now, this is important because it will keep you motivated as you continue studying. In other words, you will see evidence of your efforts to improve your English. Now, this is a step that I really love because, again, as you're going through this 30-day English challenge, there are going to be moments where you want to see, hey, am I improving? Am I really learning a lot? Well, if you track your process, If you track your progress along the way, you'll definitely be able to see how far you've come and how much improvement you've experienced. So let me go into this a little bit more. Now remember, on that calendar we looked at for the 30-day challenge, there were certain parts that included reviewing. That's right, day 7, day 14, day 21, and day 28. These are your review days. But there's actually something that's very, very important that goes along with the review days. You need to also share. That's right. Share with someone else what you learned. That is a part of documenting your progress. Now, you can share by sending a text message. Maybe you want to let your friend know what you learned and you can text them. Or maybe you would like to do it via video. That's right. You can record yourself explaining what you learned. Now, these are just two options, but you want to make sure that you're, again, documenting your progress by sharing what you learned with someone else. And then once you've done that, you come to your notebook and you check it off. Completed, 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 and completed. That's how you document your progress along this 30-day English challenge. You see, I created this 30-day English challenge based on the weaknesses we spoke about in today's video lesson. And you can join almost 1,000 students. That's right. There are almost 1,000 students already in my academy learning and studying with me on a daily basis. I have everything documented, all the vocabulary words with video explanations, even having videos for American culture and listening practice videos and audio clips. So much for these students to follow for this plan. And I want you to join us. I want you to join us for this 30-day English challenge. And all you have to do is click the link that's right in the description. That's right. Click the link. Go to the page so that you can enroll right now, and I want to give it to you for half off for the first month. That's right. Because I want you to join us on this challenge, I want to give it to you for half off for the first month. That means only $10. $10, and you can learn for 30 days and follow us on this English challenge. Now, all you have to do is click the link and then enter the coupon code CHALLENGE. That's right. Again, hit the link in the description. Then click the add coupon code and say challenge, right? Challenge. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you join us for this 30-day English challenge. There are so many students around the world already studying and improving their English by following this 30-day plan. Change your English today, make your weaknesses your strength, and let me help you accomplish and reach all of your goals. Thanks so much. Now, hey, remember, as always, speak English. You still there? You know I'm not gone. It's story time. Hey, I said it's story time. All right, guys, so you know it's story time, and I love telling you guys stories. Now, today's story is also about a 30-day challenge that I did. Yep, it wasn't about English, but it was a 30-day challenge. So I've told you all before how much I love running. I love to exercise, and even when I was overseas, I exercised a lot. Now, I remember one day, one of my closest friends, her name is Monica. Monica, if you're watching, hey girl. Monica and I decided that we wanted to challenge each other because my friend Monica also loves running. So we said, okay, the challenge was who could run the most miles in a 30-day period. You see what happened, right? We set our goal. The goal was to run the most miles possible in a 30-day period. Now, we both said we wanted to try to do 5 miles a day. Again, breaking it up into chunks. Every day, 5 miles. And we take 1 or 2 days off during a week. So we said, okay, let's do it. Now, remember, I said I like running, and my friend Monica also enjoys running. So we already enjoyed running, but something happened once that 30-day challenge started. Listen, I was living in Korea, and she was living in America. But I remember, so I was ahead of her because in Korea, at that time, 12 hours ahead. Again, sometimes 11 hours and sometimes 12 hours. So my morning was her night and vice versa, but I was ahead. So I would get up before work, right? She was sleeping and I would run. I would run my heart out and I'd make sure I'd get my 5 miles in, right? So I'd work my day and come home in the evening, which was morning for her. Now we could stay in contact with each other because of technology, and she would see how many miles I ran that day. And she would message me and say, oh, okay, you want to run. Okay, you want to run a lot of miles today. So we had so much fun, but I just remember during that 30-day period, because we were challenging each other, we ran more than we had ever run before, because whenever I was running, I remembered the challenge. My goal is to run more than my friend. That was the challenge, honestly. But we wanted to try to get 5 miles in every day. And we really enjoyed it because it was basically friendly competition. But here's the interesting thing. Because we were focused on the challenge and kind of competing against each other and improving each other, by the end, oh my goodness, the results, I was in some of the best condition body-wise ever. Now, the pandemic has hit, not running as much. I'm still in shape, but at that time, I almost had a 6-pack, the nice feminine one. We were really doing good, all because we decided to participate in a 30-day challenge. So I really want to do that again. She and I both miss going to the gym, but because of the pandemic, it's not necessarily the safest thing to do, to go to the gym. So I just wanted to encourage you guys. I've also participated in a 30-day challenge and I've seen the results. Even though it was for my body, I really saw the results because I was so focused during that 30-day period. So I really hope you can join me for the 30-day English challenge. Again, remember to hit the link, then enter the coupon code challenge. That way you can get half off of your first month. That's right. The 30-day challenge for only $10. And I would love for you to join us. There's so many things that you will enjoy and so many ways that you will improve by participating in this 30-day English challenge. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Have an awesome day and have an even better week. I'll see you next time.